we're recording.
Alright.
And the movie, you want to
Well,
intro?
no, yeah, we got to intro it first because we got to make sure
Yeah.
you sit down and everything. Hi, welcome to another Silver Spleen full-length commentary. Tonight, The Wandering Earth. Do you want to say something about the decorations, about the setting?
We are here at the Collab Greater China office in Hong Kong.
Yes.
Watching it on Netflix.
Yes.
Netflix, legally watching on Netflix.
That's right, not illegally downloading it because it's stupid. So.
And they have the English version and the Chinese version.
Yes, in terms of audio, there's only one Chinese language of the film itself, but yes, there's English audio, which we're definitely going to try.
We'll switch halfway through.
Yeah, we should.
No, I mean.
The thing. Yeah. Yeah, I had very minor surgery on my shoulder. Can't move my arm for 4 weeks. No, that's. I'm not left-handed. If I was, my life would be finished. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to when this is healed because I can actually start exercising again and hopefully stop looking like this.
Exercise.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a euphemism. So.
Anyway, let's get started.
Yeah, we probably should. So, here we go.
Okay, so if you're watching Netflix,
There's 4 seconds have elapsed, whatever. So there's the green
China government.
film administration, so that you know.
Yeah. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah. And we're gonna have this. The film itself will be very quiet, just so that we don't have any problems. China Film Company Limited, same people that did Animal Rescue Squad, by the way.
Beijing culture.
Beijing culture.
That's good. How many different intro?
Oh, there's gonna be a bunch, I'm sure. Woo!
That was bad CG.
Yeah, but you know. Okay, what is this?
This is something.
Oh, what's
And
film?
G film.
G Film.
Guofan something.
All right, and Alibaba Pictures.
Alibaba Pictures.
The resolution on this is really nice. I mean, I saw this in China during Spring Festival. Almost said the wrong thing. That's a lot of co-presenters.
Wow.
Yeah.
And production.
Yes. And I saw it in the Chinese version of IMAX with the glasses and everything else. I'm actually kind of interested in watching this movie now so I can move my head.
That producer's name was Frant.
The director, Frank Guo.
Oh,
Who knows why?
Well, he's also a producer.
Yeah.
Hey, it's my
Oh
buddy Wu
God,
Jing.
it's dubbed.
Oh, this is the one? Okay,
Yes.
I'll switch it. I think
No, leave.
That's not Wu Jing's voice.
No, it certainly isn't. Could he have dubbed himself? Do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, I know he didn't, but
if you tried really hard, you could.
okay, yeah, if you gave him the time to do it, but okay,
His English used to be pretty decent.
yeah.
So I actually, for those of you who are wondering, I actually knew Wu Jing in 1995 before he was the superstar that he now is.
Mm.
He was but a martial arts champion guy. Well, although I should say he wasn't the champion on the team.
Yeah.
He was good, he was a professional, but he was by far not the number one on the team. He's too
Yeah.
tall, basically.
Yeah.
He was cursed with long limbs,
Yes.
which
Yeah.
is good for making movies, not so good for
Exactly.
jumping and flying.
Speaking of long limbs, don't forget your beverage. There's the mother who, yeah.
Special story.
Now, something I have to say, and this is the thing I've noticed with especially new high definition TVs, it kind of works against volcanic eruptions in South Carolina. Koreans talking about Africa. Is that dead? Oh, I thought that was dead people. There's something about the resolution that it's almost too good.
Yeah.
I don't remember it looking like this when I saw it in the cinema. This almost is too clear. And I know that sounds funny to say, but
Yeah, once you watch because of the refresh rate and the resolution,
yeah.
it stops. Especially the part where they're showing TV footage. It doesn't
Right.
look like TV footage anymore.
No.
Because at least the graphics are like way too clear.
Yeah. Like this, like
This
that.
is like file footage.
It looks like the stuff that you see in the mall when it's the new TV that
Yeah.
you won't be able to afford for 5 years. United Earth Government, establishment of the United Earth Government. Yeah, and I know in my review I messed up and said galaxy. I didn't feel like overdubbing myself to say solar system, so, you know, deal with it.
So wait, they're going to another solar system?
Yes.
3.6 light years away.
Yes.
Which is going to take how many?
Egypt Defense Expo. I don't remember. Now the other thing if you read the story that this is based on, it's very different from the film. 150 trillion ton. 709. Why is that? Oh, never mind.
789. You're thinking?
No, I'm thinking of something else.
689.
Never mind. No, 709. The lawyers. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
This looks nice to me though, and that actually, I like the way that looks even with the extra resolution. That was one of the things for me that not all of the special effects in this are stellar, but for the amount of money they spent making this movie, all of them are, because it's expensive as hell to make that stuff. China Travel News, the travel channel. You got to fix that audio. It's going to drive me berserk.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we can barely hear it anyway, but it's just.
I'll switch it to once I figure out how to do it.
Have to get people. Yeah, like, okay, for something like this, that's good enough. And the other thing that I really liked about this is that they use matte paintings. And I just like it as an aesthetic. As opposed to computer rendering. Yeah, it's a hard thing to explain. And it goes back to, see, like when there's too much resolution, it looks like it does when you're filming.
Yeah.
There's something about a finished movie that should have slightly, I don't know, I can't even explain it. It's something for years I've been trying to figure out how to say.
A lot of it's the frame rate and like the resolution should be a bit grainy.
Yeah.
To make it feel like a movie. That's the difference between watching, even when you watch a movie on TV versus watching TV shows. Like,
yes.
It's because it's shot in 24 frames or whatever.
Mm.
Okay, so lots of backstory there.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't have the lone astronomer on the top of the mountain look through and find something like as you'd see in a Jerry Bruckheimer type.
Well,
movie.
of course.
Yeah.
Please. We're probably, Armageddon is a fascinating film for a lot of reasons, and that's why, like, if people wanted to, I don't think there's anything to complain about with this film. Some of the science is a bit suspect, but it's no better or worse than Armageddon in just about any way. But I like this, the aesthetic of this. I don't care if this looks realistic or not, because how are you going to know? But I like it as an aesthetic.
So all the rockets are on one side of the planet?
Well, yeah.
I guess that.
And it doesn't rotate, and it's not my business.
17.
So 17 years later, so the kid's got to be, what, 21? On the arrival of spring. Because remember, this is released in China for the Spring Festival, and that's going to be important later.
So can I start asking science questions, like how do they not freeze to death?
Because they're under the surface.
Oh, okay. Everybody's in
Yes.
underground cities.
Yes.
I think I missed some of that background when you were talking.
Vice grips. You see that? There's always a place for vice grips in the future. And there's the duct tape. Gotta have duct tape. I'm not sure about this particular one, but a lot of these, Andrew Lin
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he did some of
a lot of the interiors, did some of the effects work.
Did he do the Mars rover one for this, or was that a different?
He did the vehicle interiors, which to me, one of the things I noticed and I enjoyed in this movie, because I don't always get to enjoy it in others, is the attention to detail of the rest of the frame beyond which you're just watching people. And we'll see that later with the vehicles. It was really nice.
Yeah, I have to say, like the sci-fi set is actually pretty well done.
Whoops. Did you see there's a building out there, but I don't know if that's
Supposed to be outside.
Right. Maybe it's a projection. I mean, if you don't even have to ask science questions. The question is like, how have they had chewing gum for 18 years underground? Oh, okay, yeah, it's a
It's a holodeck.
thank you. Yeah.
This is just like back in the day when they were hiding in the bomb shelters from
Yeah.
the Sino-Soviet split.
Stop.
You know that's what if you ever go to Beijing and take the subway, the old lines are much deeper than they need to be.
Yes.
They were air raid shelters for the enemy of the time,
Mm-hmm.
whoever that might be.
Durian flavored dried earthworms.
So everybody eats bugs like as protein.
I'm not even sure, because again, to me, this is where they definitely still play mahjong. That's the important thing. Oh my goodness, the world's oldest profession apparently continues. There. In fact, if you read this story and some of the others, there was, for example, a very interesting take on monogamy and its lack of necessity in the future. So it all got a bit strange.
The lack of necessity.
Yes, exactly.
Not the requirement
Right.
to be less monogamous.
No, it wasn't exactly required, but the thing that gets me in this, like I said, is where would they get chewing gum?
Well, clearly
Where would they get earthworms?
they're still running factories.
Doing something, I don't know.
Same place they're making pencils
What
and
was
duct
that
tape.
goofy, the Maze Runner, because I took
Yeah.
someone, and halfway through the movie I realized, like, where does the Korean kid get his hair gel? And I just couldn't watch the rest of the movie. It just drove me berserk.
It's dropped in with the rest of the supplies from
I guess, yeah.
from the whatever people.
Because it's either that or there's something about Mary the Maze Runner.
Yeah, wow. What do you think all those boys in there will
Stop.
do?
I try not to. I don't think like that. Yeah, see the resolution is too good.
I'm sure we could turn it down.
Turn the suits tomorrow. You know that there it is. That's the next thing actually, is they'll probably make like a 24 FPS filter or some nonsense like that.
Watch it in 144p if you really want.
Right? Yeah. That's why I like in this movie where he's playing this 8-bit game. I remember when 8-bit was new, so I can't really be bothered with this nonsense. Where do they get cigarettes?
Clearly, the important state industries have been modernized in the underground factories.
Damn, maybe Hugh Hefner was frozen.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is impressive that
Ho
China,
ho ho. Merry
China
Christmas.
has maintained
Yeah. Yeah.
the Playboy bunny as a thing well into the 22nd century.
Oh, it's the
Inflatable.
thing that the safety buoy that they showed a minute ago, right? They showed the plan on the wall, so that was good.
That looked kind of fake though.
Lion dancing, which hey, that's easy enough that they could still do it, but then you'd have to wonder about the lion dancing school.
Chinese culture will live on forever.
Exactly. And which, as I said, considering this is a Spring Festival film, I actually enjoyed those kinds of aspects about it. Oh, excuse me.
He
came right after I met him.
I'm not even gonna make a joke about it.
I just did.
They'll expose themselves. But basically, is this the first major Chinese movie set in the future? Not quite, but
Well, yes.
that one Kenneth B one with Daniel Wu. That one was set in like the near future.
Yeah, but it also, was it really China or was it kind of?
Yeah, it was future.
I mean, I would say this is the first major Chinese science fiction movie. They have made some science fiction movies, including Feng Xiaoning, who made Super Typhoon and Animal Rescue Squad. I'm still looking for some of his earlier films. But this is definitely like a big step up for them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even if it wasn't in the future, those costumes
Yeah.
in themselves are a giant leap forward.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
No.
In Chinese cinema,
Yes.
I would say.
And this was I believe the budget for this was $65 million US, which for me what that means is, you know, you look at this and are these special effects perfect? No. But for $65 million, they're damn nice special effects. That is something that, you know, in China you can make a bigger movie than your budget would suggest.
In Hollywood, yeah.
No, yeah, please.
Although I have to say, like, I'm trying to gauge it, and I would say, like, Star Trek Discovery, for example, which they spend like $10 million an episode, looks significantly better than this.
Right.
But it's also like the flagship show of Paramount TV or whatever.
Right.
So they're probably even spending more, or they've spent it across multiple episodes.
Yeah.
You know, so there's still some room to go. Like those scenes with the backgrounds and stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Like,
But it's also, I think, a function of a film industry where you just like I'm old. All right, I'm really old. So I remember when the Blues Brothers, which was, I think it was a $20 million movie, and there were people before it came out saying there's no reason to spend that much money on a film.
They spent a lot of people.
Yeah. Now it's like you can't even get a regular movie like made. But it's a question of the Chinese film industry just at some point being able to say, we're going to spend this much money on a movie because this is how much money you spend on movies. And I don't blame them for not necessarily jumping into that, because nobody wants to take that first bath when something fails.
But that said, the fact that they've had multiple, like Wolf Warrior 2 made what, like $500 million or something?
You mean outside or domestically?
Globally.
Globally, yeah, it made more than that, I think.
Yeah, like.
Yeah. See, like this, these are matte paintings in the back, but I like the aesthetic of it. I like the way that it looks. It's realistic enough, and even if it isn't, the fakeness of it, and I hate saying that, but the fakeness is reminiscent of older science fiction movies like The Thing, so I'm not mad.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess, yeah, that is like a still.
Yeah. And see, watching this, what would be interesting to me is like a behind the scenes so that you could see how much of this is green screen. Obviously a fair amount of it. And that's one of the ways that they're going to save significant money, whereas in Hollywood you would build all these sets. But see, again, okay, this is Andrew's work.
Yes, very nice.
Now this, as a moment, as a dramatic moment or a narrative moment, doesn't necessarily work for me. You'll see why.
So they accidentally got snuck out? I missed the
No,
he actually is a worker, and he took the girl with him.
No, his grandfather, Manta, is, right?
Yeah.
This kind of, like, nobody notices
Oops.
that this guy doesn't know how to drive.
Yeah.
It's a little goofy, but again, for a Spring Festival movie. Now here's the other thing, like, where's the heater in this vehicle? Right? If it's really that cold, I mean, how come they're not?
How many people has he run over so
Yeah,
far?
exactly. Shit, fuck. Yeah, but it looks nice, it looks fun.
This part, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but it's also, again, I would say that if you were sitting in a cinema with 3D glasses, it actually looked better than it does with this, because the resolution is too high.
And it's not pretty.
Right. Of course, the world outside is huge. That's why it's called Outside.
So she's basically never been outside before.
Right. Yeah. Which, to me, if they can have this level of industry on the surface and somehow make that work, why can't they have other stuff? You know, where are they getting the fuel for the trucks? But so what? You're not supposed to really overthink it like that. I like those big earth movers. Right.
So they're basically just stripping the land.
Yeah.
This is right above Beijing, supposed to be right now. Beijing Underground City.
Yeah. And there's one of your Earth engines. You know, the whole issue of the don't get into it.
How much like land would they have to strip off every year?
Exactly, yeah.
To run this thing on 11,000 engines.
And what's gonna, you know, half the planet is, well, all of the planet is deeply frozen, and who cares?
Oh, and they're only
and that's
digging.
The other thing.
They're only digging from one side of the Earth. They're gonna run out.
Yeah,
topsoil.
It's gonna get lopsided. You know.
You have to start shipping it from the other side. Maybe halfway through they fire up some engines on the other side.
I don't know what it is. This I thought was an interesting touch.
How does he pick when to draw it since it's moving?
I have no idea. But that image of Jupiter is really nice. And I like the translators. My last dignity.
Are you implying that Russian people are all alcoholics who make moonshine?
Oh no, they are. That was, in fact, I think they talk about it here. It was a serious problem for like the Soviet and even Russian space program to keep them from smuggling vodka. Like it was a serious problem.
Serious danger.
Yeah, well, obviously. And then people are saying like, there were people trying to complain about nationalism in this movie. Like, oh, why does he have a Chinese flag? All the astronauts have all their national flags. That's what astronauts do. Who cares? I don't know if that's true or not. I've never studied astrophysics.
Assuming you could move the planet Earth with your
studied
rockets.
Gastrophysics. I'm sorry.
I suppose at that point you're pretty much independent of the gravity of the sun, so I don't think it's going to make much difference.
I don't know either. I have no idea.
Trust me, I have a PhD.
Yeah, there you go.
Not in astronomy.
Yeah, exactly. Resting time. I'm sorry, but if I'm on a space station, it's all work time. Yay! And I thought it was nice. Yeah, they look.
Worst father ever.
Yeah, you know. He's gonna say, I've been busy, I've been away.
So Wu Jing hasn't kicked anybody in the face yet.
Nope. I don't know how to tell you
Deeply
this.
disappointed.
He's not gonna kick anybody.
I'm deeply disappointed. Well, it's good though, as a fan, let's call it fan,
Yeah.
as an acquaintance, long-time acquaintance.
Yeah.
I'm glad that he has gotten to the point where it's not just like the point where Jackie Chan still is not, where, you know, he's a draw no matter what he's doing in the movie, because he's in the movie, it's a draw. He doesn't have to kick people, he doesn't have to jump off fences.
Yeah.
Break
But
his
I
leg.
think he definitely will be. I mean, I admired his performance in this because it is a purely dramatic performance. And he has a certain kind of screen charisma that not all martial arts actors do.
Yeah.
Interesting, again, this voiceover was in English.
In the China?
Yeah. Now this is, yeah, there you can see it said Beijing. See it? I'm not really sure how come you have to like hold a ball to drive the thing, but car inspection.
Apparently we've evolved past steering wheels.
Yeah. Steering bowls. I just borrowed it. Anything over 5 tons, it's stolen.
Not up to your grandpa.
Oh, this Gavoon. This is this guy. He's half Australian. He had a YouTube channel. Did a bunch of different accents and stuff.
Oh, it's that guy.
Mike.
What's his name?
something,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mike.
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Yes, but he's going to spend the entire film trying to prove how Chinese he is, because you know it's a Chinese film, so it's understandable. Jining, which is nice, you know, tell you where you are. 5 hours later, Shandong Province, which I suppose without traffic, I don't know. That's another issue that will come up later, is the ability to travel distances on the surface on an incredibly icy. I don't know.
So what if they can build?
Nice eyebrows.
That guy's got some serious.
And you'd think
Yeah.
maybe that they might separate the boy and the girl, even though they're related, or especially because they're related, because you know, prison, jail. But
Does that mean
No,
that
there's-
one-child policy doesn't exist in the future? They need more people, I guess.
it's only above ground, maybe.
Yeah.
You know,
Above the belt.
this guy's good. Now, another thing I did enjoy about this is Mandat playing a very different role than he normally does.
Yeah.
Public property. Yeah.
We're gonna have to beat you now. Woo!
Yeah, I like this. In the future, pornography is a form of currency.
I've still got your porn from last time.
Yeah, exactly. Now, it makes no sense to be practicing golf swing with a flashlight, but it's visually interesting, and that's all I'm really concerned about.
Like, why don't you save your battery by turning it? You arrested him?
Yeah, because he had illegal whatever. Smack the shit out of me. I don't recall. I'm pretty sure they probably just dubbed him in Mandarin, since he wasn't necessarily going to be real good at it. Unfortunately,
Well, they don't make prisons like they used to.
no, they don't. Her character is not very well developed. Ah! Oh, they crushed the bunny.
Oh God, they all died. Because of he hit the wall, or there's an
No,
earthquake.
no,
happening?
yeah, because they're
Coincidence.
away.
So
Some-
Beijing is going down
Something's wrong.
over in Jilin or wherever that was.
Right.
Oh, that guy was watching the porn.
He was,
and
yeah, he was touching
he was
himself.
working it.
Yep.
Wow, that's pretty risque for.
Yeah.
Even the implied.
Boom! Open the door.
Oh, so now he looks like grated cheese or whatever.
So you're gonna be like that guy in Pompeii when they find him in the future, just trying to pull
With his-
one last one out.
With his pants down.
Look at this. Would be the part where the French astronaut surrenders. Yeah. See. It's a spring festival movie, so of course you're gonna overplay it, but that's fine. There you go. Now, in theory, probably sometime in the future, somebody's going to write an article about why the mixed guy doesn't get his own red suit, but who cares?
Because he's Australian.
Half Australian, something like that. I don't know. Sulawesi in the equator, right? So
Indonesia. Oh no!
shit.
Look Looks like a job for Wu Jing.
Maybe. Look, they got a brother in space, so the ghost of Richard Pryor is happy.
So, did Richard Pryor make black guy in space jokes?
Oh yeah, like Logan's Run. I mean, back in the 70s. He was like, you ever notice in science fiction movies, he's like, there's no black people in space. It's like they're not planning to take us with them. Right? So this is good. This is progress.
Uhura. No man, I guess.
Well, yeah. First interracial kiss in television history.
Actually, you know, they faked it. They don't actually kiss in the final version.
Oh my God.
It's just it shows the back of his head.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. They actually filmed where they kissed, and then they used the one where they you don't see the
and
picture.
they punked out.
Yeah.
Right. Now, see, he's driving well because he's a driver who knows how to drive these things. And for me, like when I watch a movie like this, and this is not against this movie in particular, but just as a genre thing, it kind of gets to me that we're 20 minutes into the movie and now you're imperiling people that we've seen doing other stuff in the trailer. It's like, unless you want to arbitrarily kill one of them, it's hard to get caught up with it. You know that they're going to escape, because if they don't escape, the movie has to be over, and the movie can't be over because it's just 20 minutes.
Well,
But I'm just saying.
Gets your blood going.
But again, it looks nice.
You don't know if the truck makes it. Probably doesn't. Trailer definitely doesn't.
Ta-da!
What's that?
Aha! And see, look. If it's not too cold that they can use aircraft,
Yeah.
almost 5,000 every unit. Boom, boom. Okay, yeah. 3.5 billion people.
So what happened to the rest of the people? Are we down a couple hundred billion? by now?
Not everybody was gonna make it, so.
Because of a worldwide one-child policy.
Something like that, yeah. Not everybody got a ticket. Yeah, look. Chinese person, Chinese person, Chinese person.
Yeah.
But it's to be expected. It's like you can call all the way to Earth, but you can't.
There's that robot takes everyone's personal calls.
Something, yeah, right?
They only save the guy that eat him later. We're gonna need some. Here, keep warm.
Mmm. White meat for dinner. How far away is Jinan from Beijing?
It's
Roughly.
like an hour and a half by train.
Oh, okay.
It's not that
Oh
bad.
yeah, a couple hours. Now, even if, for example, for budgetary reasons, if they just recycled, if they used one of those capsules to film all those 5 or 6 people, I'm not mad at them, because that's what filmmaking is. And they did the wide shot with all of them, at least where it looks nice from the outside, so I don't care.
I have to say, yeah, like all those interior scenes extremely realistic.
Yeah.
Because it's a real set.
Yes.
That's very well made. Almost like I don't want to see them looking out the window, because that's when I'm reminded that
Right.
the CG is a little bit lacking.
See, now, and I'm wondering if, for example, I don't know if this is, okay, there's a good thing talking about the Chinese film industry, tie-ins,
Mm-hmm.
like the suits, or even just those little ID tags.
Yeah.
I would assume you could probably find something like that on Taobao.
Yeah. There you go. Make a joke about Asian drivers. It's a guy though. It's a guy. It's not an Asian woman driver.
So you're doubling down. That's
Being a
nice.
racist, that is like,
You're doubling
no, I am parodying the outstanding stereotypes
Sure.
by subverting the expectation.
Plus, the other thing is, where are all these people? Oh, because they got diverted, Transporter 373, because they've got to,
Go to the.
well, yeah, you'll see. They're supposed to, but then I think they're going to get commandeered.
Everyone got to put their helmet on and go outside.
Yeah, rape jokes. Well, I mean, she was voluntary before she passed out.
Oh, it's like day after. What was that one? That one with Tom Cruise where they're robot dudes.
Oh,
Edge of Tomorrow.
yes. Or the other was the Matt Damon movie. It don't matter. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that.
Elysium.
Elysium, yes.
I was gonna say Ypsilantium.
Oh yeah, they need the engine, the truck. So yeah, and then I'm not sure how any or all of this works, but I don't think it really matters. Hi.
So is the thing just?
Why are you saluting indoors? And who are you saluting?
Is the air outside breathable? It's
No.
just really cold?
Yeah. Yeah, there's, in theory, because, yeah, that's the other thing about the atmosphere. I honestly don't know.
Why aren't they just wearing like Eskimo suits?
Right, because if there is an atmosphere, the thrusters don't really work, do they?
Well, it could still work.
I don't know.
Pushing the air out of the way. Ooh, little overlay.
Wait a minute. I can't, yeah, Shanghai, Hangzhou.
South.
Yeah, I wonder, I don't know, there's some kind of weird flat earth joke to be made, but the whole flat earth concept is such a joke that I can't be bothered.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
still there. It kind of got covered.
And that's what I mean, like, how did they get from Hangzhou to Shanghai?
That's
It
actually
seems like it's rather quick.
It's pretty close.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Especially when there's no traffic.
Yeah. But how did those buildings get like 1,000 feet underground?
They're not.
That's
That's
all ice.
ice.
Oh, that's all ice. Except not everywhere. Well,
Like,
apparently there is atmosphere, otherwise that thing wouldn't fly.
okay.
And the snow would
Yeah, and the fact that it's, I don't know, bajillion degrees below zero. But who cares? It's a science fiction movie, and it looks nice, and I'm enjoying it, so
Yeah.
follow the crevasse. Words of wisdom.
That's what.
This place looks unstable, we should pass through. No, let's stand here and talk about it for a while. Maybe the collapse isn't ready yet.
There's the International Trade Center, whatever
Yeah.
it is.
And then I don't know if we've seen it yet. I think it's coming up where they did a thing for the Olympics.
What, they go to the bird's nest?
No, there would have been, I guess it was 2044. You'll see a sign for it.
It's Shanghai.
You can't miss it, yeah. And again, not necessarily convincing, but let's face it, if you were there suddenly, if you suddenly got transported into this situation, you'd be looking at it and your brain wouldn't think it was real anyway. I like it, it's nice. How do they drive just by his house?
His grandpa lived on the main road, clearly.
Yeah, his grandpa was a baller. Now he's just a truck driver, but who cares? Nobody was concerned about the sun because you couldn't see it through all the air
Everyone was
pollution.
concerned about a thing called money.
Right.
Apparently those mahjong and the hookers don't care about money.
Some people like to play mahjong just for fun. Why did it say school bus in English?
In case English people are in the way.
But I'm saying it. Yeah, there it is, Shanghai 2044. Her scallion noodles, that's not a euphemism, are incredibly salty. I slurped it all up. My bowl was licked clean every time.
Yep.
Ew.
You had to pay extra.
Please initiate hibernation mode. She's like, I just got up. I've been asleep for 6 months. Oh.
So is that why he didn't age that much?
Well, probably, yeah. You know, you don't age much in space, do you?
You age slightly slower because you're moving faster, but you still age.
Okay. My son is a very bad boy. Don't let him out of the truck. Take the old guy, leave the young people.
Yeah, save the dying old man and let me.
You can operate shit.
Yeah. You who have driven a truck once in your life
Exactly.
and almost crashed it.
I'm your father. What? My mother's death was your decision.
What happened to Mom?
She died.
I mean, how?
See? See? Ask for a flashback and you'll find it. The kid actually looks similar though. I give him credit for that.
Oh, so
That's a weird thing.
They basically let her die because she couldn't come into the city. He decided to sacrifice.
Yeah.
But she was gravely ill, dude.
Yeah.
You rather have no parents? Or one who's dead and one who's in the space station? So I guess...
And I guess, for Mandat, every time they probably just said, there was somebody off frame going, Stephen Chow. And he would make that angry face. Aha! Right on cue, there's a problem. Now, this is again something that I think might work better in written form, but it just seems as though every time there had to be something terrible happen, it happened. But that's what movies do. Besides, once you've decided that you're writing a story about the Earth being propulsed out of the solar system and Jupiter's giving you trouble, well, go ahead.
They made this movie already. It was called Space 1999.
Ugh! Space what?
Space 1999.
It was a TV show, or was it a movie?
It was a TV show. Basically,
The Glass.
it was a wandering movie, not a wandering Earth.
Ugh.
Dude, somebody throw that guy out.
Oh no.
Including you, Vomit Boy.
Including, yeah, and that's...
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Ugh. Ugh.
I think it's time to break somebody's neck. Suddenly we have a lot of extra oxygen on board.
Yeah.
We need a little bit less. So why are they not above?
Right, why are they not up there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
There goes a Jinmun Tower, a Jinmao Tower.
Yeah.
This part very well done.
Yeah.
Was she supposed to be sleeping?
Right? Yeah, wouldn't while she's like, click. Yeah. CBD dispenser activated. Mom, I need brownies.
There's no like, get me out of here button.
No, right? Because yeah. And there's the earth in the background, nice composition there.
Got the rotating camera.
Yeah. I can't stop moving my head. I gotta. Oh, thank goodness. Ooh. Hell. Really? Does anybody really want to die well, I can think of it. Never mind.
What happened to the vomit?
Vomit, dude? Well, you know. Yeah, that's true. They somehow cleaned up the vomit. Yeah, this resolution is bugging me.
So the girl literally has done nothing. In
No,
the last...
and trust me, she ain't gonna. I hate to say that, but.
Oh, it's one of those
And
little
this plastic did.
bouncy ball things.
Yeah.
Jackie Chan did that in Armor of Gods too.
Right. Run, you pukey.
It's a giant. Oh,
And this is, yeah, there's the thing that they have to start the.
it's like an atomic bomb. Or something.
It's some sort of ignition device, but the lighter core. And again, I don't know why. Fuck you. They didn't keep one closer. I forget. Oh, this was meant for Hangzhou, so okay.
We lost our units.
Yeah. Like, why didn't they just keep the lighter cores next to the lighter or whatever, the engine? Aha.
Yeah, no one's gonna see
Send up a red flare. How can you tell it looks intact?
that. As you can see.
Oh wait, oh, because he's got the laser analysis thingamadoodle in his helmet. Oh, thank
You're
God.
gonna have to climb up the stairs through the whole building.
Right? Yeah.
79.
Like, yeah, how did they?
Very carefully.
Yeah, they didn't take the stairs that. Oh wait, oh I guess it was 79 floors of ice, and then
Yeah.
we just found a way in.
Are they going down? They're going from down to up? Or from up to down?
I couldn't tell you. Oh, I guess they went up, and now they're gonna bring the lighter core.
This is the kid telling the army dudes?
Yeah,
Why do we need this kid to run? He's not the driver.
you know, it's a movie.
Just
Yeah, see, and here again, this resolution is bothering me.
put two in the back of his helmet.
Yeah, exactly. You don't even have to. You just shoot him in the helmet.
Break the helmet open.
Boss, I found an opening. Okay, and this is what I mean. Like, the building stands for however many years and everything else, and suddenly it's going to crumble. But I thought you said it looked intact with your super duper laser helmet.
That was before the Jupiter quake.
That was before the necessity to have a narrative, dramatic moment.
So it's like Poseidon Adventure, Speed had the elevator part too. I think.
Yeah, elevators.
Die Hard.
Thinnest part of what?
The just
like, okay, like, yeah, and again, here, you're not gonna carry all this ammunition. You're just not. But it's a movie, I don't care. I like that. Whoa!
So what do we, like an hour into this movie already? Give or take?
I would guess. Oh,
50 minutes.
yeah. 50
Yeah, I
down,
guess it's-
75 to go.
I guess it's okay.
And see, first of all,
What, he's been shooting the whole time?
yeah, and you keep running it like that, that thing's gonna overheat.
That thing will run out of bullets in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, but it's a movie. Whereas if it's really that cold, all you gotta do is score the glass and hit it with something. But again, this is, you
What
know,
is he shooting at?
he's trying to open the glass.
How much glass
Oh,
is
no.
it open?
Oh, he's gonna need a manicure tomorrow.
Let me go. What about your night report?
Yeah.
Did they get that out or not?
I'm still not even sure. I believe they did, but I don't know. But
Oh, the old
he sacrificed himself
look
to
up
get
at
the old man out.
elevator
Of course.
as it's about to come down.
But again, it looks nice use of colors,
Yeah.
right? Here again, bit too much resolution, but that's okay. Whoops.
Oh, he's flatlined. Gonza, no.
It's all falling down. Meanwhile,
Oh, he was shooting through the ice.
yeah,
With
which
his 30 minute long
30 minute, yeah,
bullet barrage.
yeah. Uh-oh,
He's bringing a leak. He's running out of oxygen.
yeah.
So old man actually lives. Even though the other guy's dead. This is your big drama high point.
Exactly. Where's the old man? Oh, yeah.
Come on, pick up the pace.
Uh-oh.
He's almost out of O2.
He's a 1%er now. And here's where he decides. All right, think about that quickly. Ooh, your brain would freeze. Your whole head would freeze. Uh-huh. Flashback. I saved a child. I like this. And again, this looked much nicer in 3D in a cinema.
Oh, that's how the ice got so deep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the young version of it.
Yeah.
That's not creepy. I named
Right,
you
yeah.
after my dead daughter. No pressure.
The weird thing is, like they said, he hasn't spoken to his son in whatever, all those years. Like, when the kid was still young, he would have kept up with him.
So they're not actually related, so he can still get it on with it. So their forbidden love is technically okay.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying, like,
I understand, but, you know.
because before, you know, we started paying attention, I thought they were a couple.
Yeah, or, yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is kind of
Nope.
awkward.
Spring Festival movie. Oh,
You got a big mouth, kid.
right?
We don't need you. You're not at the driver action.
Yeah, see, she spends 90% of this movie just.
Okay, we're gonna kill you both.
Don't touch her. It's dangerous. What? Yeah, where's she gonna go?
You'd think in the post-apocalyptic world, people get used to losing relatives, especially if you're already an orphan.
Although, you know, yeah. Everyone abandons me.
I guess, especially considering that
Again, this looks nice.
the giant earthquake just killed another 50 million people that day.
But, you know.
So he managed to break out
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah, see, that resolution is messing with me. It looks like something from Entertainment Tonight. How long have I been asleep?
Oh, Jupiter.
Why did he go to sleep with his translator on?
How come there's no subtitles?
Oh, because it's in English.
Oh.
Yeah, Netflix. When I saw this in China, it had English and Chinese. I believe it had English and Chinese subtitles. And so even when there was, so that it would be subtitled all the time. I mean, obviously, if we were watching this normally, you'd be able to understand it,
Yeah.
you know, with the volume up, but that's okay. The roach limit.
Oh, so the computer is abandoning Earth.
That looks really nice.
Looks kind of realistic.
Yeah. Oh, have you been in a space station?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
I guess technically I've been in a full-size mock-up of Skylab,
Okay.
the Air and Space Museum.
He's drinking.
You know,
You might want to,
blow the hatch.
yeah. Lake Baikal, that would have been nice. Yeah, see, something like that. Like you're gonna cook that thing off. You know, it's gonna have a bit of a blast radius. guy a square knot. Jupiter has captured the Earth's atmosphere. Yeah, see this, I don't.
Interesting.
Jupiter has genital warts. I don't know why I said that. And so, okay, yeah.
Well, everyone's wearing fucking space.
See there, like that's obviously a matte painting, but it looks nice. I like it. Oh, how lucky for us.
Too bad we don't have someone who can drive.
Yeah.
Go find that kid. Oh, there he is.
Uh-oh. Is the door open? See that, like that's one of those, if the door is open, how come this guy's head isn't freezing?
It's time to kill him. Should have done it earlier.
Yeah, see this resolution is terrible. It's too good. Somebody must have.
Although I have to say, given the fact that there's so much like flames and sparks, the fact it's not pixelated
Yeah,
is actually.
that is true. Yeah, see, look.
Why didn't they murder this guy yet?
Right? And even if I couldn't operate, I would try. I wouldn't just swing wrenches at people that showed up.
You gotta save him because he knows the computer code.
Of course. Okay, so.
And he plays D&D.
Sure.
Those are the guys that left.
Right. Liquid hot magma. $10. Wait.
Adjust lap belt low and tight is written on his shoulder.
Was it really?
That's what the tag says.
That's okay. I'm not mad.
See? Adjust lap belt low and tight.
Oh yeah.
On both sides of the shoulder. Maybe they repurposed some old lap belts.
That's okay. Wait, and that was gone. Oh no, it didn't.
Yeah, because it came off the shoulder.
Right.
So why did it stop right in front of the crashing airplane? And get
I think it was in the airplane, actually.
And it fell out.
Yeah.
Well, if they can fly those things around, why don't they just fly the stupid thing over? Which is clearly easy enough for people to
Look,
carry.
Hangzhou is destroyed.
Oh, the magma.
Liquid hot magma.
Just try and do another one. I've got like 11,000 of them. Why are they carrying guns? What are they gonna shoot?
Right?
Maybe they have like space balls or something.
So here's the other thing that's a bit odd. Well, they're all dead. There we go.
That's why they
You want
carry-
guns, you get them.
Broke the core, you dumb nut job.
funny how that works.
Yeah, I would say that's a pretty big. They bring the guns to not shoot people.
Right, yeah. It's important to not shoot people.
So why did she shoot the thing?
Well, because
Her
everybody's
friend died.
dead.
Yeah. So
And she feels like they did this for nothing.
I'm gonna destroy this last hope for humanity.
Well, no, it was the last hope for Hangzhou. It wasn't, like they were saying, the ones on the equator are more important.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but just because it says it was, and I believe it.
But you'd think that they would at that point think, okay, well, we should take this somewhere else.
I don't know. You'd think maybe we should take one of these airplanes that moves much faster and doesn't have to worry about driving through crevasses of ice in the middle of Shanghai, but then, you know, and you'd think about why did we go back? Okay, so now they're in Hangzhou, and they still got to get to Sulawesi, which is,
Really far.
I don't know. We could probably look that up, but again,
Well,
it's
it's
a
in Indonesia, it's definitely super far.
Because even if there's an extra bunch of ice that covers all the
Oceans.
land mass, it still creates a larger diameter.
Well, that is just thousands of miles away.
Right, but I'm just saying.
Which, if you had enough gas, which they don't.
Why was there a boat?
Oh, it's like frozen on the surface.
Hey.
Oh, there's another one.
Yeah.
How convenient. Too bad we don't have two.
Yeah, now we have to get to Sulawesi.
It'll take you like a week.
Yeah, look. And why is the boat white?
Because it's frozen.
Because it's useless. That's why it's white.
This is racist.
I don't know. Ew. At least there's no vomit in there. Okay. Who are you? Hey.
Get your dark chocolate out.
And again, not very nice interiors.
Yes. What's that like, taken out of an old airplane or something?
I honestly don't know.
Definitely, and I'm not to be biased, but the costumes and the sets are the nicest thing about this movie.
Yeah.
Much more than the believability.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's. Yeah, that. Okay, so here we go. Will all violators stop contact with Earth? Yeah. Slide wire bracket. Now, in theory, it wouldn't be difficult for them because there's no gravity. This is nice.
Oh.
See, in this case, to me, the higher resolution actually works better
Yeah.
for this particular segment. Yeah.
Oh, so long for those guys. Your spacesuit would be like ripped to shreds.
There we go.
Don't pause on it, it'll take a leak.
Oh, I kind of have to do the same thing, but
Because we can't stop the movie.
that's true.
I can guess what's gonna happen.
Okay. Look, they jumped.
You jump, I jump.
They're finna make it. Uh-oh. When suddenly, for no reason, an attitude control engine must be used. Except maybe it's trying to get rid of them. And this is what I mean. It's a plot contrivance, but plot contrivances are what movies do, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, there he goes. To go salmon fishing. Yeah, I like it. All right. Now, what's interesting there is that that's in English, but not Chinese. In theory, there would be a way, considering all the other technology, that his spacesuit would tell the thing what language to display, but, you know, so what? I don't care. You know, if I was younger, it would almost be worth dedicating my life to being an astronaut just so I can see if there really is that much steam in space. There's always steam in space just because cinematically it works so well. But you think about Alien and any of these other ones, always steam in space.
You need it for the lighting effect.
Well, yeah, exactly. What you doing?
Grabbing some crackers.
Who you calling Cracker?
You?
Oh, that's nice. Well, the white guy's dead. The Russian guy,
Oh.
Moss, killed him.
How did he not get killed by all those flying space debris anyway?
Well, no, because he ended up in front of the adjustment engine.
Oh, and he blew his face off.
Yeah. And then here, okay, this is important.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah.
So Moss is basically
Okay,
how
the orders.
are to save the people on the space station for the future.
I believe so.
So it's basically like how, like,
Yeah. Okay, so they made it to Manila.
well, that's a pretty good drive.
Yeah.
Does this thing have like a reactor engine or something? What?
Across the Terminator. The dark side of the Earth. Wait, from. Yeah, why are they driving to the Philippines? And how are they? I don't even
They're
know.
gonna hang a right.
That looks nice. I mean, that looks really beautiful.
Yeah,
And that's nice too.
space stuff looks better.
So yeah, see now everybody's starting to get their Earth engines. 90% have been reactivated. We must not lose faith, except for Sulawesi.
So Sulawesi is, oh, it's in the Sumatra part of Indonesia.
Yes.
That's why it's kind of down now. And it made it. That was pretty easy.
Yeah. That's a big fellow. Is that a whale? Why is there a whale sticking up?
If you're that close to fucking Jupiter, the Earth would be like ripped to shreds.
I know. But again, it looks nice.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be nice to be that close.
Yes. See, again, this resolution is messing with me, and it's almost like there needs to be a different kind of dramatic convention. Like film should be film. There's a new movie coming out. I forget what it is, but they shot it on 35 millimeter film, and I want to see it just because the aesthetic is different. This is really nice. It's incredibly clear, but it's almost too clear to the point where it looks like what it is, which is people pretending to do something. That's the definition of movies.
She's not your sister anymore.
Well, that's why he wants to take her home now.
She's your best friend.
Oh, it's a saturated rescue.
So they had to use Jupiter to slingshot
Yeah,
away
that was.
from the sun.
But apparently.
But apparently those engines are still strong enough to like stop right next to Jupiter and drive away.
Or I'm not sure what it is.
Suddenly this film does not feel realistic.
Uh-oh. It's the roach limit. Roach limit for me is 1. I see 1 roach, I can't deal with it. Uh-oh. Yeah, you see. Chose to perform the rescue mission, which was predetermined to be futile.
So,
After 3 hours, the Earth will breach Jupiter's roach limit and begin the inevitable disintegration process. Jupiter's going to eat the Earth. Yeah, so this entire thing was basically it was just to make people feel better.
the rescue thing.
Yeah. Look, there's Americans.
Well, at least we tried.
Smoking weed. Oh, it was people, look, see people. Aha!
And he's the only one alive on the space station?
Well, he's the only one, well,
They didn't evacuate?
he's awake, the Russian guy was awake, and there was one other guy.
So why did they just send that out first anyway?
Well, it was intended to,
Oh, where's it supposed to land?
it's supposed to navigate the Earth to its new home.
Yeah.
Where are the bunnies? Where are the bunnies? I mean, you know, heck, if everything's coming to an end.
You don't have to use a prophylactic thing.
Exactly. Even if you get AIDS, it ain't gonna get you mouth. There it is. Get liquored up.
Probably.
And then yeah.
Well, it's nice that the computer's telling you that you're
Yeah. That you're done for. Ain't no going home now.
How about we just take our helmets off?
Right, exactly. Yeah, see?
But you got a fucking spacesuit on.
Well, yeah, but
Like, is it run out of air? Is there some kind of like air? So it's not an air tank, it's like some kind of filter.
and then
Screw you, Jupiter! You're not gonna shoot your way out of this one, buddy.
no, definitely not. That looks really nice.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you go to one of the backup ones. Go to the one that the Russian guy who's dead now. It smells a bit of vodka and onions, but you'll be all right.
I've set aside some embryos for you,
Yeah.
for your harem.
I have an emergency. You've been a very bad person. Why would I do you this favor?
Yeah.
I am, after all, a machine devoid of human emotion. Oh no!
Oh yeah, because he's not in the same truck.
Right.
You bastard? Is that what he's calling his own kid?
No, I think it was.
Oh, he's calling.
I think he's dead.
So if your dad's a bastard, what does that make you? Son of a
Or if the
bastard.
son was a bastard, like, I don't know who that guy, your mom, that's why I let her die. She cheated on me and I just watched her die. Water.
All the good times.
Yeah.
Remember that time we ruined our telescope experience by having a giant fire next to us
Right?
with balloons? Why didn't I think of that?
We could pop this planet like a zit.
Why is the street lamp still working?
Well, yeah.
oxygen on Earth then.
Well, yeah.
Got your lighter thing. Sure it can. You just gotta go high enough and then you get pulled into Jupiter. Get your engine starter.
There you go.
Or get your engine.
Yeah, after all, what's the worst that can happen? Even if it destroys the Earth, that was going to happen anyway. I'm listening. Helios Project evacuation procedures, what? I can't read. And that's, yeah, I guess that's within orbit. And I didn't quite understand this weird, I don't know if it's smoke or whatever it is. It's a bit strange.
We're gonna blow up Jupiter. So what is that supposed to do? That's supposed to propel Earth away?
If they can, once there's enough interaction between the hydrogen and oxygen, if they can create a big enough explosion, the force will propel Earth out of the atmosphere.
So they're gonna...
I don't know if it really would or not, but
No.
it's as realistic as anything else, and I'm not mad. I wrote that program. Happy New Year.
Someone has to perilously climb up into something.
Of course.
Pull a lever at the last minute. Did he say whatever your name is what?
Yeah, whatever.
I fully expect you to die, so I don't care what your name is.
Punk. See there,
Oh,
and then
they got echo, and that will... So they're not blowing up Jupiter, they're just causing an explosion on
Right.
the surface of Jupiter
yeah.
to expel the Earth. So I have to say, the kid is kind of useless.
Which
as a
one?
protagonist, the main kid.
Oh, well, yeah. So wait, they're in, where are they now? They're in Sulawesi still?
I guess so.
Yeah, Sulawesi Command Center.
Oh, this is a torque engine.
Right. Which is why they were the most important. You see, because the Indonesians all ran away.
Okay.
And Buddha.
She is really useless.
Yeah,
Like, would the movie have been any different if she hadn't existed?
not really. I mean, again, because it's a spring festival movie, it's an issue of family. But it is kind of nice the fact that they're sort of, I hate to say stretching, but you know, even though she's not genetically family, she's considered part of the family, so that was nice. Which to me, a lot of...
Yay, adoptees.
Yeah,
rights,
exactly.
okay.
Yeah, you know.
Adoptees are friendly too.
Yeah.
Orphans.
Well, and then
Well, this guy's
we're executing an emergency mission.
no helmet?
Fuck, are you blind? Yeah, see?
Where are you- where are you-
Indonesians are just running away
Where are you planning on going
without your helmet.
without your helmet?
Yeah.
With your gun? Well, I guess if you want to fight off the other remaining people. But I like this girl much more. She's like actually like a
She actually does things,
army
yeah.
person.
Yeah,
who does
she has-
stuff, except for the fact that she destroyed the engine.
Well, she understood that it was a pointless task anyway. Ugh, dead guy. Well, at least he wouldn't smell.
Yeah, it's freeze dry.
Oh, no, and yeah, see, now they can take their helmets off. Well, no, I think they're inside now, so it's,
Yeah.
let me shut this thing off. That'll take a minute. Now I've got to rewrite this code.
Yeah, it feels like it's shot on video.
You know, I hate to date this commentary, but there's certainly a joke to be made about, I wonder if it's got Huawei components,
Oh,
you know.
yeah, because it's on the way back up.
Sure, but it's, or it was given away as part of the,
Oh,
whatever,
so.
yeah.
Wow, that's like this. They still got ribbon cables and shit.
Of course. XLR inputs, you know. But again, I don't care. Oh, yeah, he has to like upload a virus into this, you know.
So why did they pick
And
Indonesia?
it's interesting, in the entire planet, like only one person thinks of this.
Yeah,
That looks nice.
I guess Indonesia's the closest equatorial country
I would guess, yeah,
Yeah.
because,
from China.
yeah.
That would make it realistic.
Ain't doing, let me think, they're not gonna do India or Malaysia, yeah. Yes. Okay, with these half-assed Sikh-style turbans, okay, here we go. This is her new thing. Shut up, I'm drinking. He was Russian.
Oh, I'm about to blow my brain
Oh,
out.
oh, the Japanese guys, I'm craving miso soup. And of course they commit suicide. And a lot of people are saying, well, the director asked a Japanese person what he would want. It's like, that's not my point.
Chinese people are good at manual labor.
Right? Yeah. Is that,
Not
what,
like
is that
those-
what you're saying?
Not like those quitters in Japan. Nobody wants to help us. China's got to save the day by herself.
Exactly. We're on our own.
You got your robot suits. Oh, here comes the
No, that's them
That's them.
going into the what's it? Probably miniatures, but shot well enough.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. Oh! I mean, I hate to say it, but this constant thing with the eyes, it's sadly reminiscent of oh God, what was that guy's name? Like Amos and Andy, kind of like. It's,
Oh, there's that dude that was in the bug-eyed guy in Young Frankenstein.
oh, Marty Feldman.
Yeah, Marty
no,
Feldman.
I'm thinking of it more in terms of
Blackface.
blackface. Yeah, as a racial component that he's just
Being a round eye.
yeah, and
For dramatic effect. Yeah.
I don't know nothing about jump starting no earth engines. Like, hey. All right, so they had to. Oh, shocker!
Don't you have a helmet of unlimited?
Right? Meanwhile, these guys are pushing. Move! Move, you unmanly man.
Oh, that's the only way you fit.
Hey. There you go.
Why don't you just like shove him through?
Right? course. And it's getting near the end of the film, so it's easy to think that that might be the
Good
case.
thing I brought some cigarettes.
Yeah.
To blow up the earth.
It's a good thing I'm in a hurry, but I'm going to stop and make sure that I read this note from my mother one last time.
Brought to you by state-owned tobacco.
See, stuff like, stuff like,
Sorry. Some app popped up. Shut up.
What?
Shut up.
she'll do what for 300 renminbi? Uh-oh. Oh, damn, Larry.
Sorry about that.
Emergency exit.
Don't you hit it right when your face
It's
recognition
always, yeah.
comes on, you get a notification that pops up there.
Save your nonsense. Well, there's not much left for me to do except run and jump. Uh-oh. And again, as a movie thing, they're setting all of this stuff up, and the option is it'll work or it won't. Well, if it fails, everybody's dead. And that's,
so
people don't like watching those kinds of movies, so.
So somehow I think he's gonna make it.
Do you think? Yeah, it's very possible. Especially because he's on the poster. Go! Uh-oh, look out. Run away! Ooh,
That would've made
a
it.
little rebar. I like how, in the future there's still rebar. Some things never change, or should they?
There's an awful lot of crumbling concrete in this engine thing.
Yeah.
It still works, but there's just lots of stuff to fall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, look. Ooh.
Oh, it went through something? The army dude?
Yeah, she
Oh, the girl got penetrated. Oops.
Well, and she's bleeding, so you.
She
oh,
got
forget
run
it.
through. What do you want to say?
I'm just saying. Yeah. Pull it out. Yeah, I mean, if he. Yeah, if it works properly, it's not gonna. Ready?
I mean, isn't the whole thing gonna blow up once that giant thing shoots off and then it blows up? But
Well,
are they expecting to live at the end of this?
Everything is such a problem.
I wish I stayed in school.
Right? Should have. Yeah, if you were well. Yeah, I think Beijing is still okay, right? She'd still be
No,
okay.
I think the whole
No,
Playboy
that
Bunny
was
place collapsed. or something.
Hangzhou.
That was Hangzhou too? I thought that was Beijing.
That what?
The
Oh,
Playboy
look,
Bunnies and
look.
stuff, yeah.
This is the only thing she does in the entire film. Unfortunately, this plan was proposed by the Israeli scientists. The probability is 0.
Yeah, but they didn't have Chinese.
Exactly. I will try to contact the UEG. Hello? Wouldn't they? Oh, they'd know it was him. And then people saying, why is he speaking French? Well, French was is the official language of the UN. It used to be. There's a reason it's called lingua franca. Until the internet, it was the most widely spoken language on earth.
Was it?
Yeah, that's why it's called lingua franca.
I I know that's why they call it that, but was it actually the most?
Widely spoken because
Which
of
century?
colonialism. No, in the 20th century.
In the 20th century.
Like in the 1970s, yeah.
There's that many Africans speaking French?
Yeah, unfortunately.
And Canadians, and then that's it, pretty much, right?
No, it's like the Caribbean, right?
Yeah, that's not that many people.
No, but we're not talking about an amount of people. We're talking about geography. French was the predominant language in Europe. French was still a popular language in Russia.
Guess so.
So it was, yeah. It was just
common,
and again, I'm not saying it was the most people. It was just if you went to different places, your best shot at it was to try to find someone to speak French. You were going to be most.
Wow.
See, look, okay. So she does this thing, and now people are like.
So if it was a less compelling story, oh, the lion. So if she wasn't there to be scared,
Exactly.
everyone would have said, screw you. No one can say no to a crying little girl.
Exactly. Yeah. Which is kind of this is the thing that frustrates me.
Well, too late for that guy.
Yeah.
He's not going to help you. Somehow a little bit less majestic than whatever Armageddon
Yeah.
or Deep Impact or whatever. But
But-
Morgan Freeman's up there saying, "Oh, we're all gonna die."
Yeah. But it's we now hear from our sponsor.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the question: when this was happening in a theater, were there people crying?
Probably.
Oh, hope is like a diamond. Are they North Koreans or South Koreans?
I think they were South Koreans,
South Koreans.
right? And I was hoping like the Americans at one point, completely inappropriately, one of the Americans would turn to the other and go, "That chick sounds hot," and that's why they turn around because they're garbage like that. See, look, suddenly everybody and nobody hits each other. And like, where are they going? That's what I don't get. We're gonna go home.
There was that many trucks fleeing
Fleeing where? I don't know.
Indonesia, all heading the same direction and then going back. And wasn't there like an hour to save the Earth or something?
I thought it was 3. I don't remember.
There's enough time for all this.
But see, there's the other thing, like, all of this it's all sort of contrived in the big majestic music, but this is what movies do. So when people criticize this movie, it's like, you can't criticize this. I mean, Armageddon is fucking garbage.
Yeah.
It's,
It was garbage when it came out. I remember
Exactly.
in the theater and it was like, that was one of the first movies where they documented the gimmick of just making it super loud for the
oh, yeah.
sake of it.
Yeah.
Like, let's replace actual tension with just noise.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm pulling it.
Right?
32 feet per second square.
Like, how did that not, who cares? And then, okay, so, then what was he doing relative to who knows?
He was turning the relays or some shit. Oh, he's got to plug the cables back in.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't plug this thing back in,
Yeah.
the Earth would have been done. No, he's dead.
Yep.
Did he get crushed or something? Why did he die? yeah, if it's an interior, like a real practical one, looks very good.
Yes.
Some of the rest, not so much.
Aha.
I missed when I tried to kill
Aha.
myself.
Yes.
We all showed up at the same time. You get the little girl out of the way.
Right?
She didn't even have like the robo suit. And she was crushed.
It's like Chris Polanco in the middle.
Might actually be.
It's true, actually. Maybe it is.
Next time you see him, you can ask.
I will, yeah. He turned up, I forget what movie it was, but he was funny.
Yeah, I forgot.
I don't remember. All items in place. Right. Whoops.
Wow, they barely made it.
I know. Shocking, isn't it?
So this is your Millennium Falcon escaping the Death Star.
More or less, yeah.
Where's Lando? You telling me he waited for the guy to drive out before he launched?
Oh yeah, because you're not trying to kill him, you know. 3.5 billion and one.
Yeah. Because it's gonna matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you're on the outside of the door.
Boom. Now here's. Now I don't know personally. I would much rather stay inside the large, heavy steel object.
Well, if I thought I was gonna die, I might want to get up and look.
That's true too. Oh, there it is.
So what happens to the Earth after all the atmosphere's blown up? We're gonna somehow learn how to live on it.
Oh, snap!
A little short.
Can't believe a Chinese person got the math wrong.
Youch! Should have pushed harder.
Well, when did they decide to reconfigure themselves after the Sulawesi? Like, when did that happen?
It just came on a couple minutes ago. Wait. I can fly my space station in.
I have an idea.
Kill 3 million embryos or whatever.
300,000 embryos
Yeah.
and the DNA maps and. We need more time. Uh-oh.
Hung up on it.
Here's the other thing, is you're gonna tell me that they didn't have any kind of some sort of something.
The old vodka in the spacesuit trick.
Nice.
Yeah, because he'll survive that.
Right?
Even while you're here.
Like, yeah, I don't know that it would really work that way, but. for the magnitude of some of these problems, especially on the space station, he certainly seems to overcome them very easily, like the gas and everything else.
And the killer robot and
Yeah.
shooting debris.
And the fact that all the oxygen would be gone in that room.
Yeah.
And he left the suit on the floor. Okay, so at least now he's kind of got his oxygen back. I wonder if it says low and tight.
Did he close the door?
Yeah, the door closed behind him.
I never leave home without my picture.
No, Polaroid at that.
Yeah. So is he gonna eject or what?
Well, first of all,
First of all, he's murdering a million
wait
people.
for it.
Or 100,000
They're
people.
just embryos. Don't
No.
get started.
Personhood.
What?
Personhood.
What are you talking about?
Once it's fertilized, it's a person.
Yeah, but it's an embryo. Okay, wait,
From the
embryo.
Jeebus people.
I don't remember.
At least in Alabama, it's a person.
Okay, please. Hopefully, none of those 300,000 embryos are from Alabama.
Send them back.
So yeah, here he
Oh, he ejects
ditches all the hibernation units. But see, here's my question: you couldn't so there's no rescue pods, there's no escape pods, as if everybody in the future never watched Aliens or any other science fiction movie, and he couldn't just set it and forget it, as they say. Let me point this in the right direction and then climb into an escape pod. No, because if you do that,
do it for you can drive it all the way in. To
because
make
what?
a better ending.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not very much in the scheme of things.
Yes, as Val Kilmer said at the end of, what was it, Red Planet? The movie was terrible until he gets right in the end and he just stops and he's doing all the takeoff stuff and fuck this planet and takes off. I would love the opportunity to blow up Jupiter just because it's there. Yeah. I waited my whole life to see you and now you're leaving me again, Dad, you suck.
Just like you killed Mom.
Yeah.
You jerk. Didn't even like your dad.
It's the most important mission of my life. And he suddenly turns left and just leaves. Bye! I got all kinds of food on here and I'm gonna grow bitches.
Yeah. Oh, I saved some embryos.
Exactly. And none of them are mine, so I could have sex with all 150,000 of them. I'm a fucking terrible human being. Uh-oh. What's wrong? You're a grown-ass man.
So you're stuck on that station for 17 years?
17 years, yeah. Because they weren't about to...
Let people
That's the whole thing. Like he'd been up there 17 years and just happened to be going back. Who
Yeah,
cares?
his last day, right? When
Yeah. I'm not even supposed to be here today. And wait a minute, and why would it... I guess, well, whatever. 330,000, what was it, tons or gallons of whatever, fuel?
Yeah, it's not that much.
That's not even the point. Like, how much would you actually use? Because in space, it doesn't... Oh, never mind.
Until you need to.
Yeah. It's a nice little touch.
Oh, zero gravity.
Yeah, exactly. See? There's 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah. Bye. Well, it's realistic. There's no explosion sounds.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is actually not exactly true.
Right.
The wind would hit you.
At least he got to see his father one last time, so to speak.
Aha! So now
Okay, so there it is, and it's...
blowing. Where's the
Wait,
giant-
what? Yeah, this doesn't make sense. Fade to black, and then...
put your helmet on.
Survival of Earth is always counting on everything. What?
Hey, whiner.
Uh-oh.
Your sister needs you.
Yeah. Looks nice. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Now, wouldn't it go up the same
Yeah, why is it coming?
umbilical cord? Well, because it looks better.
Oh no, I remember because when it was flying, there was some of the air coming off the back and some of it getting sucked out of
Okay.
Jupiter. Yeah, I think you better just left her.
That's not a lot of blood. It's just her shoulder. She'll be all right. Uh-oh. Because of course.
We're gonna leave you guys back here.
Uh-oh. Yep. A lot of selfless sacrifice. What about my stepsister? Half-sister? No, just stepsister. So everybody loads back up into the vehicle and goes right back the way they came.
Should have saw that earlier, except for that guy that left him.
Uh-huh.
See, that's the other.
Who's the order coming from? Oh, from him. His lips aren't moving.
Oh, he's flatlined.
There it is. Which, you know, this might have had a bit more impact if he had been allowed enough development as a character, but, you know. Yeah. So now there's going to start to be problems.
Yeah, if only we were a little bit further.
Wait a
back.
minute, yeah.
That
Why
would
would
make
it, and what's to say that it would definitely impact there? I don't
Because that's where the explosion was opposite there, right?
Well, not necessarily.
Oh, there goes the truck.
Because there were other.
No, but theirs was the one that shut up.
Right, but it wasn't just them. It was
Oh, I guess.
Sulawesi
Wow, it's everywhere.
and some of the other ones. Yeah,
They're all dead.
but so that would be slightly. Ooh. Yeah. See, now here's the part where like.
They're all hanging from his legs.
Yeah. Well, no, but they're like a gajillion. And this, like. You know, if you'd have just left her.
He's gonna grab her. He's gonna fall faster than everything else,
Of course, because he wants to.
and then he's gonna somehow pull her back or grab something else.
Oh no.
How does that work? Is he farting or something?
Ooh.
He's projecting himself at a faster rate.
Yeah, do they have, there doesn't appear to be any kind of propulsion system. Oh, we can spend our last moments together in a chaste manner because both of our heads are encased in glass.
Only our
Oh, at least we don't have to listen to that fucking white guy. Oh, speak of the devil. The white devil.
You have issues.
Oh no!
Oh, the balloon thing.
Yeah, the safety, oh, and she's puking in her,
It's a good thing they had that
yeah,
and somehow managed to get inside of it.
because,
Hey, there comes Mike.
yeah. Swing. Uh-oh. Because if you're gonna design a safety buoy, you wouldn't bother making sure that it could withstand sharp object impact.
It's good though, they got ejected.
The roach. Ah, there we go.
Almost, hey, we're getting away from the roach limit.
Yay. Now the other thing is, given the timeline of the story,
Uh-oh,
I think your helmet seal is pretty done for.
we just covered up with your hand, it's fine.
Yeah. They've still got another like 400 years of living underground.
Yeah. Or more, because
Or however
half their
much.
engines are destroyed.
And why were those off anyway?
No, they had to turn it off to somehow
Power the other ones?
make the other one.
Looks nice though. Looks very nice.
Nice and blue.
Fuck Jupiter. I don't know what all that.
That's the tail of the comet, as it were.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't know why it's there. What difference does it make?
To show the motion. Dude, your dad sacrificed himself for nothing because you died. He did it all for you, you jerk. Man, Wu Jing didn't kick anybody in the face.
Nope. Kick Jupiter in the face.
Yeah. Kicked Moss 9,000 or whatever.
That's right. Blew it up with vodka.
And Earth lived happily ever after.
3 years later. See, yeah, so if she'd have stayed in school,
Yeah.
now one of the things, if you watch in the background, not that, because again, it's Chinese New Year again. There was some kind of protest. You can hear them and stuff, but it got cut out. And somehow all the criminals have been pardoned, and then he ends up with the soldier woman. They've reinstated these mega tsunamis, eradicating half the population. Hey, what's up? How you doing? That's right. $500 years, 1/2 of 1%, and then it would glide for 1,300. So it's like this is.
2,000 years.
Yeah, 2,000 years. How are you going to get 1,500 years worth of fuel out of the
Surface of the Earth.
Yeah.
So you got to do a lot of digging. The question is, how are you going to make it that much?
And the other part of
digging
this is,
equipment?
as you in space, you don't have to constantly propulse the thing, do you? Like if you're not.
No, they said they were going to accelerate for 1,300 years and then slow down for 7.
What difference does it make?
It makes it get there faster.
Yeah, but you're going to use stuff.
You got to give people something to do.
I guess, yeah. Yeah, maybe it's all part of a plot.
Shovel-ready jobs.
Oh, he still can't. Oh, so much for your social credit score.
So, as the movie winds down,
Pretty much.
what do we think? It's nice that it's sci-fi.
Yeah. And for me again, as a lunar, as a spring festival movie, it kind of works even better in that. And it doesn't have to be a perfect movie. It's a big jump up in terms of Chinese productions. And no, it's certainly not perfect, but for $65 million, it's a fantastic movie. So
Yeah.
there you have it.
Front.
Yeah. sure what that is.
That is Chinese printing press.
Ah, I see.
Oh, Netflix is gonna stop.
Oh, and Netflix is gonna bounce us out, so.
Let me get.
All right.
I think I can get back.
Back.
It's still going.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really, I don't, you don't really wanna sit here through the entire.
I want to see what happened to Yi Yang and Lei Jiang.
I don't think it's gonna tell everybody, I think it's just,
fine. I'm just joking.
you know.
So, yeah.
Oh, the author was in it.
Oh, he was?
Yeah,
Who was he?
the author of the original story, it just said also, yeah. And this movie was, you know, it wouldn't have been possible without Wu Jing getting involved, putting up some of his own money. And I enjoy this film. It's not perfect, but what film ever is, so it doesn't matter. This is interesting. I don't recall sitting through this. I think I actually got up and left because we were just getting out of the theater, but it's an interesting concept. And from this point forward, you know, it's still going to be one of those things where there's rules that apply in China that don't apply elsewhere, but they'll find ways to work around it. And at least in a movie like this, you know, as I said, to me, the nationalism of this is not a problem. It's not any worse than it is.
It fits
and at least,
type of movie.
Yeah, and at least it works because, you know, with Armageddon, they go, oh no, we're not doing it. Yes, you are. You really are, with the slow motion, with the steam and the flag and all that nonsense. So at least here, they're at least a bit more open about it. I enjoy this movie. I'm not saying I want to watch it every week, but
Yeah. It got a little slow in the middle there.
yeah, but that's
I
what
was
movies
zoning
do.
out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it definitely, like, the girl didn't really do much.
No,
the
until that-
comedic relief white guy,
Yeah.
my half white guy, kind of superfluous.
Yeah.
The,
A lot of
we're the army dudes and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So nothing too bad. Just I'm glad that it's a sci-fi movie because I like sci-fi.
Yeah.
So what did the special effects? Some of them.
Apparently, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wanted to see Wu Jing do more.
What?
I want to see Wu Jing do more stuff.
I thought you said do porn. I was like, what the?
More.
Do more. Yeah. I mean, and I think he's definitely gonna start working on more dramatic roles, and I think he's gonna be good at it. To be honest.
Yeah.
More VFX.
So how much this thing made? Like.
Made a lot of money.
Yeah. So that's still a pretty good. You know, even if this cost twice as much as the previous most expensive Chinese movie, which probably didn't. But you know, some of those like.
Well, no,
What
because
about Monster Hunter?
Red Cliff was like 65,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
both parts.
Yeah.
You know.
But like, it's clearly a good investment if you don't get a turkey.
Yeah.
Like this thing probably made 10 times its money.
At least.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
So in that case, that's the problem with the U.S. situation is even movies like Armageddon they won't make anymore because it's a much safer bet to make Captain America Part 7,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So to make a completely new blockbuster movie out of original IP, or even if it's taken from a book
Yeah.
that's never been in a movie form, it's not a reboot, it's not a sequel. Like Hollywood almost doesn't do it anymore.
No.
It's not based on a video game.
Yeah. They want to find something that's an established
Yeah, that's a
product,
safer
which
bet.
kind of stinks.
Yeah, because at some point you get sick of it. Right?
Yeah.
So I gotta give kudos to
Yeah.
this one. Yeah. Even though
I mean, if there's a sequel, or you know,
Yeah.
as a universe, it's interesting. I would watch it.
one interesting thing is that whole part about like, you know, here's the Korean truck and here's the.
Yeah.
You could actually make a separate movie about each
Exactly. Yeah.
Most
special
person's
thanks to Andy Lau.
Andy Lau.
Yeah. You could definitely do that. You could, you know,
The other Chinese truck. Or
Yeah.
The other whatever, right?
the other. Now that sounds like an art film. The other Chinese truck. All right. 2 thumbs
Okay,
up.
So
2 snaps in a circle.
Z. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna give it a thumbs down
No,
for sure.
me either. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess maybe I have my expectations
Yes, and if you've actually sat through this, David, thank you. We appreciate it. And
I love you, Wu Jing.
certainly by now, everybody that came here looking for the movie has already fucked off, so bye. Don't be
Did
cheap.
you remember to leave a nasty comment? Too?
Oh, I'm sure they will too. And you know what? Tamada.
Okay.
Bye, folks.
Bye. Wait, I gotta log out.
What?
No, it's not letting me stop.
Huh?
Not letting me stop. Okay, now I can stop.